Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this world. I'm DJ Unification, also known as Double Dragon 912. And today, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I got another top 10 for you guys and girls today. Today I want to do my top 10 solo beat 'em ups of all time. Wow. When I say solo, ladies and gentlemen, I exactly mean that. Solo beat 'em ups. That means nobody else can play with you. It's just you by yourself, and you are on your own once again. I know I destroyed y'all, but I know I'm a DJ. I know I can't say, but I be trying. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I thought this up. I thought this would be a pretty tight looking video, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. This is my top 10. Like I said, on all my videos, it's my top 10. You guys and girls leave your top 10 down there in the comment section. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 10 has to be Mighty Final Fight. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mighty Final Fight. My little tongue tied today. Mighty Final Fight is a great game, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about this on my top 10 favorite Nintendo beat 'em ups of all time, and pretty much I wasn't mad at this game because even though it was just one player, I told you, y'all know I fussed about the Super Nintendo version, which should have been two players all along, but they Super Nintendo butchered it. But I wasn't mad about this one being one player because it's Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. It pretty much was a miniature version of Final Fight, the real Final Fight. It's like if Final Fight had a little brother, this is it. It's Final Fight's little brother, ladies and gentlemen. Got all the little Final Fight characters in there. Got Guy, Cody, Hagar. They just in the miniature form. And it's, the whole different storyline. It's pretty tight, ladies and gentlemen. I like it. Different moves. But it's Final Fight. It's just in the miniature version. Because, it's Nintendo hardware. Not as good as the Super Nintendo hardware is. So I can't fault them for making a miniature version of it on Nintendo. Pretty tight, actually. Enjoying this game. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 10 has to be Mighty Final Fight. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 has to be Yakuza. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the gameplay footage you probably see in the background is Yakuza Kiwami, which pretty much is a remake of the first Yakuza that I played on PS2. Fortunately, I don't have no PS2 footage of it. I was just using the PS4 footage that y'all seen in the background. Yakuza, I forgot for the longest that Yakuza basically is a beat 'em up. It's a new age beat 'em up, and it is done right. Yakuza is an awesome game, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not gotten the Yakuza series, I know it's daunting. You be like, man, look, they got about 20 Yakuza games. I don't want to do that. There's too many games to get into. But I'll tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I played and beat the first one on PS2. I'm going to play through the first one on PS4 and all that other stuff because I got them. I'm going to play through those too. But ladies and gentlemen, you do yourself a disservice by not playing this game. It's beat 'em ups at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. You got Yakuza, the main character. He basically is a Yakuza member, and he going around beating up punks. It got a tight storyline to it. I don't want to spoil none of the story, ladies and gentlemen. The story is tight, and the combat is tight in this game. And they took beat 'em ups and put it to another level, ladies and gentlemen. Beat 'em ups wasn't broke. Yakuza didn't try to fix it. They just added to an already amazing genre. This is a tight beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. I completely forgot about this one. I'm glad I added it to this list. That's why I make number 9. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 9 has to be Yakuza. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 has to be Renegade. Came out on Nintendo. Wow, it's the type beat 'em up. This also I put on my top 10 favorite Nintendo beat 'em ups of all time. I have a iCard going across there, so y'all can go watch that if you want to. But this is a great game, ladies and gentlemen. This is a hard game. This is very tough. This game is very tough. They call it something else in Japan. I think Kino-kun something. I haven't gone across that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is an awesome game. This is where pretty much Double Dragon technically got it started from. They went from this game and it pretty much led to Double Dragon, one of the greatest beat 'em ups of all time. But it started off with the Renegade series and went to Double Dragon. But it's a great game to have, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a tough game, ladies and gentlemen. And there's one part on there, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's the stage 3, is it keeps looping. I even tried to play it on what was it? The Double Dragon Kino-kun collection, and the stage just keep looping over and over again. And I got to figure out how to get past that stage. I'm gonna have to go ahead and most of the time I don't do this, but I'm gonna really have to go ahead and look online and see how to get past that looping stage so I could actually try to beat this game. So I keep getting stuck at that one level. But there's this miniature boss you got to keep fighting over and over and over and over again. I ain't figured out how to get past that part yet, so I need to go on YouTube, the YouTubes now, and figure out what it was. Because even when I played it growing up when I was younger, we had no YouTube. We just had to figure it out. I never could figure it out growing up, so I was stuck right there. So I'm going to figure this out and try to actually go through and beat this game. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, Renegade is an excellent excellent video beat 'em up to have, ladies and gentlemen. It's off the chain. You by yourself. You ride on motorcycles in this game. And it's just a great game, ladies, and great solo beat 'em up to play. Test it out, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the best way you can play it now is just get the Double Dragon Kino-kun collection. And I think on the PlayStation Network, I can't speak for Switch. It's probably on Switch too. They got them games separated. You ain't got to buy the whole collection like I did. I bought the whole collection because I'm a huge Double Dragon fan. But now you can buy each one of these games separately. So if you can find it on the PlayStation Network or whatever, download it. Check it out. I think you might like it. That's why I made number 8 on this list. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 on my top 10 favorite solo beat 'em ups of all time has to be Renegade. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is one of the original beat 'em ups. I had to look it up. I was like, man, I didn't realize this was a beat 'em up. I played it back in the day on Nintendo. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 has to be Kung Fu. I just love playing this game back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't get too far in it, but I enjoyed playing it. That's why it makes this top 10 on my list, ladies and gentlemen. It was a fun game. Apparently in this game, I think they kidnapped your girlfriend. You got to go through each different levels just to get to it and beat it. I ain't gonna lie to you, ladies. This is a tough game. This game also came out in the arcades first. Then eventually they ported it to the Nintendo. That's what you're seeing in the background. And this was a fun game, ladies and gentlemen. It was simple, simplistic. Sometimes these developers don't realize nowadays, sometimes if you keep things simple, it's the #1 seller, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't got to think too much outside the box. Just keep it simple. Sometimes, what is it, Kiss? Keep it simple, stupid. Do that sometime. And sometimes you realize the developers, if you keep stuff simple, sometimes that's where you get your money at. And that's why a lot of us gamers, it ain't just me, we turning toward indie games. Indie games is where it's at right now because they keep stuff simple. And the indie developers ain't trying to do all this craziness that y'all try to do with all these high spec graphics and all that stuff. They ain't trying to do all that. They just keeping it simple. And they, you know what? Their games are selling. They are selling like hotcakes because y'all trying to do too much. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Your kiss. Anyway, let me stop being silly. But ladies and gentlemen, there ain't nothing simplistic about this. Not simplistic, I'm tripping. Ain't nothing overcomplicated about this game. It's just a simple beat 'em up, and it's one of the first ones that did it. And I gotta put it on this list. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 has to be Kung Fu on the NES. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 has to be Double Dragon on the NES. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people, they down this game. For one, it's hard. It's one of the hardest Nintendo games ever made. The OG Double Dragon is hard. A lot of people harp on this game because the title says Double Dragon and you can only play one player. But either way, even though it's a one-player game, it's a fun game. It's one of the first games. Shout out to Daddy Mac. He's rented this for us. Our dad, he's rented this for us growing up. And we used to play the dog crap out of it till we get to the Bobo. Oh, Bobo! They knock you up off the cliff and you feel mad. But man, this is a tight game, ladies and gentlemen. I think in the Nintendo version, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, you play as Billy. And on this version, either this version or Sega Genesis version, I can't remember right now, that the last boss is actually Jimmy, and he went crazy, and you had to get him right. And he kidnapped Marion, and you had some type of way to get him right. It's either on this version or the Genesis version, where the last boss is Jimmy, and he's just a bad boss, and you gotta set Jimmy right as Billy. One of these versions is, because I read it in the instruction booklet growing up, I remember that much. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is a tight game. That's a name like mine. Double Dragon 912. Y'all know this had to be on the list. Great game. Tough. It's gonna push you. But overall than that, it's a great game. But coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 6 has to be Double Dragon, the NES version. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last 5. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys and girls for sticking with me for so long. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 5 has to be Maximum Carnage. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Maximum Carnage gets this list for one. My favorite color is red, and the Super Nintendo cartridge of this was always a red cartridge. That what made it so unique to me. And basically, you play as Spider-Man, and you're going through there, and it's a Spider-Man beat 'em up on Super Nintendo. And I always used to get this one confused with the second one that came out right after this was Separation Anxiety, and that one was 2 players. It was 2-player co-op, but Maximum Carnage was 1-player. And you go through the whole thing, and it's a tight beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen, that we got on the Super Nintendo. I remember renting this. I'm like, oh man, this ain't 2 players, but hey, it's a tight solo game. You like it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Spider-Man fan and you like beat 'em ups, this game is right up your alley. I guarantee you will enjoy it. I enjoy playing it. It's pretty tight. What more can you ask for with Spider-Man mixing in a beat 'em up? Hey, you in heaven. Let me stop being silly. But ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 5 has to be Maximum Carnage. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to homie Mike on this one. He hooked me up with this one a while back. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be Batman Returns. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo was an awesome beat 'em up, ladies and gentlemen. Off the chain. You know, my only fault with this game that it wasn't co-op. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it's Batman beat 'em ups at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. I know there was all type of Batman games, but this one is tight. Cause you know who made it? Some of the beat 'em up kings out there, Konami. You know, they back in the day, Konami was known for one of the making the greatest beat 'em ups of all time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. Even though that ain't a beat 'em up, Contra. I could keep going on how many beat 'em ups Konami made back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. And whoo, this was no slouch, ladies and gentlemen. Batman at his finest. He got the battering ring, and he got all different type of boss characters. It looks good too on the Super Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. Great looking game, great beat 'em up. Love Batman Returns, ladies and gentlemen. Still play it to this day. Great game to have, great game to go back to and play. You want a good Batman game and you like beat 'em ups, this is the game to have. It's hard now. Batman Returns will not hold your hand. I'll tell you that right now. It ain't gonna hold your hand. It's gonna push you. It's gonna test you. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 has to be Batman Returns. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, down to number 3. We rolling. I'm gonna keep this countdown on rolling. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 has to be Test 1, 2, Sega Comic Zone. Wow, now, ladies and gentlemen, this game right here, I first played and beat on the Sega channel, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Comic Zone will not hold your hand. And what was so tight about Comic Zone, ladies and gentlemen, you play as Turner, and he all of a sudden, he wrote this comic book, and all of a sudden the comic book came alive. And the character, the villain in the comic book story, throws you in the comic book, and you got to get out of there. You and your rat, and then you try to save old girl in there. And it's just a tight game. It's a very unique concept. You playing inside a comic book, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beat 'em up, and it's off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Comic Zone is not gonna hold your hand. It's one of them tough Sega Genesis beat 'em ups. I just realized that making this video, I don't have a actual physical copy of Comic Zone. Well, I got it in a compilation, but not a physical Sega Genesis copy. I bet that costs an arm and a leg right now, because the retro market is out of control. I only want to look at the prices for this one, because it's such a good game. I ain't no telling how much it costs. But either way, Comic Zone, great game to have. You can pick this game up. You ain't got to search high and low for it. It's everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It's on Sega Genesis. I made so many compilations of this game. It's on the Sega Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection. It's on the last Sega Genesis Collection they had out on PS4 and Xbox One. And it's everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. On most Sega Genesis collections out there, even on the Sega Genesis Mini that I got, it's on that too. Comic Zone, something everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. There's no excuse not to play this game. As a beat 'em up fan, you do yourself a disservice by not playing this game. Play it by whatever means necessary, so you can just experience the awesomeness of this game. That's why it makes number 3 on this list. So coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 has to be Test 1 2 Sega Comic Zone.
Well done, Turner.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, 2 more left. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, at number 2 has to be Quit Today. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Quit Today makes this list, even though I just now played this game. This is my first time playing through it. I beat it. Y'all want to go check out the Let's Play of it on my channel? It's up there right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go check it out. It's a tight game. I like the art style. The art style on it is so amazing. It got that Persona 5 aspect looking to it. Although it's just in black and white, but it's a tight game, ladies and gentlemen. The whole concept of the game, one day you show up to work, and it's working with a whole bunch of robots. Hint, hint, AI. Watch out now. Whole bunch of robots, ladies and gentlemen. And next thing you know, the robots done turned on you, keep telling you, don't you want to quit? Don't you want to quit? You're like, no, I ain't trying to quit. I'm trying to work for your company. And the whole concept behind it, the main boss of the company, his thing is, instead of firing you, he says cheaper just to kill you, basically. Because he said if you fire you, you can collect unemployment and all that stuff. But just imagine you working at a job that you can't stand, and all has been there. Anybody that done worked in just jobs, period, y'all done had 1 or 2 jobs that you like, you go to work every day, you like, oh man, I can't stand this job, but I gotta go because I got bills to pay, or I just want some money in my pocket. This job is just like a stress reliever. If you ever having a bad day at work, come home and play Quit Today, and you will feel so much better, ladies and gentlemen. You will feel 10 times better. The main character on here, he has a briefcase, and he's just going through the whole stage, beating up robots, hacking and slashing robots left and right. And you go through each stage, and you can each level, you can unlock different levels. Got different hot chicks on there, And even though the art style crazy looking, you help out your co-workers. And overall, it's a great story, ladies and gentlemen. It's a story to this whole thing. And there's a the ending type. I love this game. That's why I make number 2 on this list. I wish this game would come out on consoles. But right now, it's a Steam exclusive. I haven't seen it on PS4 or Xbox or Switch. I can see this coming to Switch some way. They need to bring this to consoles for real, so y'all console games can play it. Because I know a lot of y'all won't play PC. This is another one of those games I was talking about that you're missing out by not being a PC game. Because this right now is a PC exclusive. And I love it. That's why I bought it. I had to bought it by day one. I hope y'all enjoy the gameplay footage in the background. Great game to have. That's why I make number 2 on this list. Now let me set up. I don't talk too much. Coming in, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 has to be Quit Today. Tag with a block your attack with the keyboard. After blocking 3 times, the keyboard will be damaged. Okay. This joker right here. I needed that. Ooh. Lemon break, X and A. Okay. Oh man, that's tight. That's tight. Hey, got some meat dishes, beat me up. I like this game. How dare you wrap my phone with the hot dog? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the number 1. And thank you once again, guys and girls, for sticking with me for so long. Here we go. My number 1 favorite solo beat 'em up of all time is Beautiful Joe. Wow. The PS2 version. Now, a lot of people been doing that lately. I don't know what's that about. I get it. They're the number 1 dog at the time. You know, Sony always been on top, and a lot of people don't like them winner. They want to see them fall. I get it. But although with the PlayStation 5 Pro, the stupid junk Sony doing right now. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But a lot of people seem to bash the PS2, but the PS2 version of Beautiful Joe, I'll say this again. A lot of people don't talk about this when they talk about Beautiful Joe. They talk about the GameCube version. But shout out, I gotta give him a shout out. Shout out to my homie Mike. He hooked me up. He let me come over his house and watch him play Beautiful Joe. He said, Double Drag, you would love this game. It's a beat 'em up. I asked him, I don't told the story before, but I'll tell it again for this countdown. I said, man, Mike, is this
Ready?
on PlayStation? He said, no, man, this is a GameCube exclusive. I'm like, dang. Man, I can't believe I'm about to buy a GameCube. Let's play with it. And right when I was about to buy a GameCube, I was thinking about buying one. I ain't gonna lie to you, I would. Lo and behold, they announced it because I had all type of magazines back then. They said, hey, Beautiful Joe 2. Well, not Beautiful Joe 2 and 1. Beautiful Joe 1 is coming to the PlayStation 2. I was like, yes, I ain't got to buy a GameCube because I didn't want a GameCube, ladies and gentlemen. They really didn't have no games I really want on there at the time. Only game I really wanted on there at the time before Beautiful Joe was what was it? Mario Kart Double Dash, because I'm a huge Mario Kart fan. But finally found out this game was coming to the PS2. I mean, listen, yeah, the PS2 version has an exclusive character, Dante. A lot of folks don't tell you that. The GameCube elitists don't tell you that. They're like, they play the GameCube version, it's so much better, blah, blah, blah. PS2 version had Dante. He was an exclusive character on there. He right there, I'm telling you. I got it because I done beat it. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, Great game. You can slow your character Joe down. Hit it and go, baby. Let's rock, baby. Yeah. And some of the tightest catchphrases in any game is on this game. When you pause the game, he'll like, bathroom. Then he say, hold on. Is it number 1 or number 2? When you pause the game, it's funny. And whoever made this game got a great sense of humor, which I love. And all the boss characters on this game have very unique personalities. You won't forget these bosses. That's how, not only are they memorable characters, but they're also funny and hilarious to fight. And they just overall great game, ladies and gentlemen. This is a solo beat 'em up. The whole beat 'em up on V for Joe 1. You're trying to save your girlfriend Sylvia. Sylvia, I think. Yeah, Sylvia. They kidnapped her, and Joe got to go into this thing and try to save her. And overall, it was a great video game to have, ladies and gentlemen. I still got this PS2 copy. This is a game I wish they would bring back out. I wish they'd bring it back out not just on Switch, but on everything, ladies and gentlemen. If they brought it back out on Switch, I'd buy it because I got a Switch. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a great game to have. If you got your PS2 somewhere, or you want to play the GameCube version, which is the original version, pick this game up. This is a great game to have. I wish they would bring this game back out, but I think the guy that made it, he said he would love to bring it back out on the Switch. He will make a Switch exclusive. That's fine. He can make a Switch exclusive. I wouldn't mind. I still do it. Because Viva Joe is just a great series to have. The first one and the second one. I just prefer the first one a little bit better. The first one I played, and you get Dante on this one. Second you don't. But yeah, great game to have. Great storyline. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, girl. But if you can play this one any type of way, play it, ladies and gentlemen. I highly recommend you play this one. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up, ladies and gentlemen, for this rendition of my top 10 favorite solo beat-em-ups of all time. Leave comments below, ladies and gentlemen, of your top 10 favorite solo beat-em-ups of all time. I would really like to know. Let me know down there in the comment section. Like I said, I like to talk to my subscribers down in the comment section. Not just subscribers, non-subscribers. And like I said, hopefully, I can convince you to be a subscriber. I would love you. Come on over to the sidekick. There's my old channel, Trigger. Double Dragon 912 family. Cause we are family. I got all my subscribers with me. Ha ha ha. Stop this. Let me go wrap this thing up. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Stay tuned for more great videos like this on the way. Double Dragon 912 signing out. Peace out.